Hey there everyone, it's me again, Loxaman, your resident elementary enthusiast, and we're here to wrap up this series of first-party elementary apps, that is, the apps that ship with the elementary operative system, in the Freya Beta 3 iteration. In this case, we're just going to go around the few things that we have left already, and we can find them all in the Slingshot launcher. So basically we're going to go a bit with the Slingshot launcher itself, the archive manager, the calculator, the document viewer, the font viewer, the port is not going to, the multitasking view is just a shortcut. It's just an icon for a shortcut. And simple scan is also not going to be there. Screenshot, yeah. Actually, the few left up apps that are still left from the other, and that I can test, of course. So let's start. Let's go quickly. We're going to start with the archive manager. In here you have a couple of. Things. Sorry, that was my fault. Let's open one of these apps. Let's open one of the files. Should be something. Let's open these LastPass, for example. This is a LastPass thing, and it's here. Mostly, you have these. You have a web browsing view similar to the file manager ones. But the problem here is that, as you can see, it's strangely. It's actually, you can see it's also in the file, in the font, in the text font. It's actually, this is just a wrapper around the archive manager of Ubuntu, and it doesn't look really good. You can do the same as in the archive manager of Ubuntu, which is good, but it's not going to be as tightly integrated as it could have been with the real first party app. Of course, the functions are good, but you're not going to be having the same degree of integration that, for example, music has, or the standard files application has. The same can be said of the document viewer, which is taken right from Ubuntu itself as well. You have here as you can see, can open a file. Let's see if I have a document available. Maybe I should download one so that you can see it now. Sample PDF. Sample PDF document, perfect. We're going to download this. Put it in the documents, okay. Okay, perfect. And here it is, sample PDF. Here you have a sample PDF document. Basically, you have here a couple of options. You have the options that have to do with the presentation of the app. You have the full screen possibility. You can also do a presentation like this. This is a sample PDF file for the LaTeX standard. You also have the way to invert colors. Let's see how it works. It works well, thank you. You can also reload a file if it's giving you grief somehow. You can auto scroll. Stop the auto scroll. You can open the folder that contains the app. It denied me permission. Strange. It wanted to open the file, but it somehow denied me permission. Shouldn't have done that. Maybe it's a matter of a bug. And well, this is mostly what you can do with this document viewer. Let's see here what we have. We have this open. We can open a copy, save copies, open containing folder. Again, it gives me this little error. Saves the current settings at default. Different things. You can scan here sorry. You can scan here the properties of the file and the like. And there's pretty little that you have left to do. The problem here is the same as in the other one, that this is not really an elementary app. It looks apart. It's events actually, and it's not completely integrated in. Well, it's decently integrated. It's not as completely integrated as it could be in if it was a first-party elementary app made by the creators. Welcome. Well, now we have the calculator, and as you see here, well, this is a standard view of the calculator. As you can see, it allows you to calculate percentages and do additions, subtractions, multiplications, and divisions. This is just a backstroke key. This is a clean slate key, and basically this is just a way to add parentheses, elevation to a certain power, roots. I guess it would be the square root, sign, different trigonometric functions, p and pi, sorry, and e and the e number. It's a very standard calculator, and I think the calculator is a typical piece of software that if it's not there, they hit you. You can't win with doing such a piece of software, because if it's not there, people are going to complain that it's not there, and if it's there and it's not the best in business, then people are not going to use it and say, and they're going to give it a bad name. In this case, the elementary team has simply opted for the least resistance, least effort way, which is create a simple calculator app which works and which doesn't give grief. We still have the multitasking view, which is basically a workspace manager. You can do the very same pressing the super key and the arrow down key. You have the very same proportion there. You can also manage your stuff with a different with the arrow key, so it's not really like you're doing anything special. Aside of that, we do have a port. I think I told you about a port, but let's see what a port can do. It's basically, it allows you to recopilate to retrieve some information of your computer and file a bug report. Let's leave it there and we'll cancel it once it's done. Okay, you can see you have different things like what, let's maximize it, what version you have, the bug, the port version that you're using, the dependencies. This is the idea. The app is mostly to send feedback to the developers, which you should be doing if you're using beta software as this one. Side of that, we have Slingshot, which I think I already mentioned when I was doing the third-party elementary app reviews, because there was the Slingshot app, which basically had a little difference to this one. But the main difference for me is that they do have some differences, but the main one for me is that this one doesn't allow you to change the format of a certain image that you have screenshot, so it may be less useful, but of course if it's not a critical thing, you can do with it perfectly. There's also simple scan that I cannot use because I do not have a scanner, and I am fairly surprised that the elementary team would decide to ship simple scan, given that while it's a first-party elementary app, as you can see here, the problem is it's not detected. Sorry, it's not a first-party app. I thought I had it wrong. It's not a first-party app as shown here. Look at this menu that it comes from Ubuntu ports. And the problem is, why would you ship this app when Linux has such problems with scanners and printers and the like? I can't understand why they would ship with this app by default, given that they are theoretically looking at a more elementary, streamlined user experience. But well, that's their choice. And well, let's wrap this up with a bit of seeing what Slingshot can do. Slingshot is a pretty nice app. It's a launcher that you can see it can modify. It can't be modified by the system, but the Elementary Tweaks app, which we already saw before in the third-party reviews, can modify certain parameters of it. Basically, it's a launcher that by default ships with a grid view, and the grid is 3 times 3 and 3 times 5, 3 by 5, sorry. You can also let the app you also have a category view, which is a bit random, I think, because for example stuff like terminal, this would be the example of a system tool. Why is it an accessories? Well, the typical qualms that you have with this categorization that the system makes, particularly it's probably copied from Ubuntu, probably not surely copied from the Ubuntu store, and I don't see why they should be categorized like this. I prefer this app, which allows me this alphabetical order of the grid view. And also, if you want to find something special, even if it's not there, you can find it. For example, let's say sound, which is inside a switchboard. You can put the sound here, and it will throw you the search settings, the sound settings that are inside the switchboard. As an additional Easter egg, you look at what you can do with the terminal, with the Slingshot. In fact, you can make some mathematical operations here right away. For example, additions, subtractions, multiplications, and divisions. I'm not aware that you can do much more, but it's a nice Easter egg to complement the Slingshot function, the Slingshot launcher. And with this, we can wrap up what we have here. The series of reviews of first-party elementary apps. Again, I am really thankful for your support of the first series, and I hope that you have liked the second series as much as the first one. I look forward to working on more videos. In fact, I think the next project is going to be installing the elementary app in the elementary OS in a very, very special computer, which hopefully will work as expected, and if it works, it will be uploaded. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.